A high school coach taking aim at discrimination is fighting another battle tonight.
But students and parents are coming from the sidelines to help him. 10 on your side's Jason Marks just returned from Mathews County, where both sides will face off with school officials. Jason?
Jamie Thompson says he's not afraid to speak his mind and did so when he stood up for students at the school. He now says for that he's being punished.
I just want to be somebody the kids could trust and instill what wrestling instilled in me.
For the past 9 years, Jamie Thompson has been in every practice and every game as a volunteer coach for the Mathews High School wrestling team. This year's season starts in 3 weeks, but Thompson was told he couldn't be involved.
Next to my wife, my family, my kids, wrestling's number one.
Thompson believes he's not being allowed to participate because of an incident that happened during cheerleading tryouts at the high school a couple months ago.
The cheerleading coach had come up with a policy that she decided to put on paper that stated that 9th grade girls were not allowed to try out for varsity cheerleading.
Thompson does have a daughter who's a 9th grade cheerleader. Parenting aside, he thought that was discrimination against the 9th graders.
Because all students have a right to everything within the high school.
When his phone calls to the school fell on deaf ears, he called the Virginia Department of Education, who ended up calling the school. The next day, cheerleading tryouts were reheld.
I thought everything was done. I'd made my phone calls. I'd said my piece.
But 2 weeks ago, Thompson says he learned it was far from over. The wrestling coach told him he would no longer be allowed to help coach.
When I was talking to the new coach, I asked him specifically, I said, knowing you for 10 years, can you point to any reason why I wouldn't be allowed in there? And the first thing that came out of his mouth was the way that I had handled the situation with the cheerleading coach in the spring.
Students and parents are now coming to Thompson's side. They started a petition with more than 100 names and plan to take it directly to the school board. Because soon, for the first time in a decade, wrestling practice will start without a familiar face.
I don't even want to imagine that, and I'm hoping it doesn't happen, because, again, the main thing to me is the children.
I would just like to be in the room. I would just like to be with my guys that want me there.
Now, students and parents are taking that petition to the school board's meeting next Tuesday. I'm told the community will be out in full force to support Thompson. We'll, of course, let you know what happens. In the newsroom, Jason Marks, 10 on your side.